Hello, folks, and welcome back to That Time We Woke Up in a Podcast and had to explain manga, our heated adventures, overanalyzing manga that we find interesting. In this episode, we did something light and fluffy. It's Hima-Ten, chapters 1 through 15 by Genki Ono. Stay tuned and enjoy the show. Hello, folks, and welcome back to the Over Manga Cast. My name is Sam, and as always, here at the top of the show, we talk about our familiarity with what we read this week. I have not heard of this. Just straight up, didn't hear of it. Now we read it, and I have heard of it. Jake, how about you?
I feel like I vaguely recognize the cover from bopping around the Shonen Jump app.
Bopping around.
The problem is Shonen Jump has had a lot of like slice of life series lately, and honestly, we've read a couple of them. They're not bad. This isn't like a complaint or anything, but they do kind of have a bit of a sameness to them.
They kind of meld together.
It makes them blend together. I mean, you could say that about a lot of Shonen Jump properties, to be fair, but
I was about to say, Jacob, are you sure you aren't thinking of one of the many other Shonen Jump rom-coms featuring a plucky redhead?
Yeah.
We get a date. We get a cute date happening in chapter 5. We have a verbal miscommunication in chapter 8 through 10.
We have a male best friend who only exists when the plot necessitates him, and nothing.
Family does not matter.
This is fully necessary to fit into the genre, though. You have to have like a very effeminate best male friend who's known you for like ever, who can just provide that additional background whenever it's plot relevant.
All but the biggest names in Shonen Jumps are literally paint by numbers. You know this. This is not news. And even them, arguably. I think the big difference with Shonen Jump is it either creates the paint by numbers outline or it follows it.
No, Jacob, you are on the right track there. Everything Shonen Jump makes is mid. I think we can.
Wow, you can say goodbye to that Shonen Jump sponsorship, Jacob. Ever.
Specifically, Jacob, not me who said it.
Shonen Jump sponsorship we don't have.
Shonen Jump respects me for my honesty.
Oh, no, I've not heard of this. It was the answer to the question.
Okay. You didn't have to say it was mid.
That's the segment of the episode we're in. Jay, how about you?
I similarly have not heard of this before, but it is definitely something that I would like.
All right. And Matt?
Yeah, and to, not risk ruining any, friendly relationships we have with people who may work for an unnamed manga company that we've talked with before and after. I have no idea what this was.
So we open up our story with the introduction of our main character. Well, the first thing we get is the ostensible plot hook where the glamorous love interest is she is a high schooler and she is also the president and CEO of a makeup company and a famous influencer. And boy, howdy, ain't that neat. I wonder how this will come up with her name being a portmanteau part of the title.
You might also be wondering, how does a high schooler manage being president of an entire company? Don't worry. The manga's not interested in that answer either.
I was going to say, the manga is going to proceed to ignore that.
It's flavor. It's kind of cool. It's like, what's your hobby? I don't know, being CEO of a company. We're going to talk about that company? All in a very basic surface level. Yeah.
Mangaka did not want to do research on this subject matter.
It's like, yeah, I'm a competitor with Dior. What?
Like, they could have just made her an influencer. Like, she didn't need to also be CEO of the makeup brand.
But we get our true start of the story with the introduction of our main character, Tenshi Iemori, age 16, and he is your standard extremely competent good boy. Um, his whole thing is that he is extremely good at like housekeeping and household chores. So he has a side gig as a house cleaner, which he's using to save up funds for college, and he's got like nearly 1 million yen.
I thought he only had like 600,000 or 60,000.
Yeah, he's saved up about 5 grand.
Yeah, so like a reasonable part-time job thing.
Oh, I think I might be misremembering the where the decimal place was.
It's
I
not
thought he had.
important. It doesn't come up.
So he has a part-time job. He's saving up for college. He's doing a responsible thing right now.
Mhm. It's not important. Much like his family, his
I was
Seriously?
gonna say the whole reason why where the decimal point is would matter is if the family did anything other than just exist to facilitate the plot.
Really, his family just kind of mooches off his kindness, is really what they do. Like,
I
His-
love how we know. Okay, so here's the funny thing: we know almost nothing about his mom, but she comes off as such a deadbeat because of what little we do see. I don't know
So
if
she
he
doesn't
actually
come off as a
is.
deadbeat. It's basically unconventional gender roles, and so Matt and I talked about this. Essentially, his mom is CEO of, or she runs her own. She's I don't know, like
His mom is girl bossing it up. That's all the
yeah.
manga tells us about. Like, it's
So the dad is the one who does most of the cooking and chores around the house and everything. And what's interesting is, despite the fact that most of the housework is carried by the father, his job, so yes, he does also have a job, transfers him or at least sends him overseas. So that's why he's not in the picture. So because of this, Tanichi is the one who, takes up for father's absence.
Yeah, and he has strong house husband energy is like his entire shtick.
Yep.
it is it got to the point while reading that I had to like second guess myself. Does this take place in like an alternate
It's the
universe
way
where
of
the
the house
gender
husband, house husband, but it's just that's the entire world.
Yeah, like the traditional gender roles are flipped, but no, it's just 3 characters basically. Oh, 4, I guess. Well, the father isn't a character. He's an idea in the background.
he's off screen, but at one point Hima, the main girl, is like embarrassed that she's unable to do women things like cook and take care of the house. And I'm just reading going like, girl, at this point in the manga, literally every single woman we've interacted with can do neither of those things. Like,
So, how many women have we interacted with other than this guy's immediate family and obviously like Hima?
more than the number of men we've interacted with. It's literally
So,
like,
it could just because everyone reacts the same way when they find out that Tanichi is the one who does the housework. They're like, "What? Really?"
Whoa,
Like,
Yeah,
a
so
dude
it just
doing
makes me think
this?
like it's just this family,
well,
well,
really.
that
it's
kind
at
of
least this family and the 3 other families that hire Tenchi to do this.
well, the thing is, it's a matter of framing because it kind of goes back to me mentioning that the mom there's no like reason to think like there's no point where like has any like direct deadbeat elements to her, but she feels like she's mooching off of her son because of how it's framed, and it's because it knows what it is, it knows its tropes, and it is speed running to get to well, really the next plot point. Like
To
it's
get to the meat, and by the meat, I mean the cotton candy.
yeah, I mean kind of.
It's because
It
the manga needs to set him up as needing money, but they don't want him to be sad about it. So he's saving up for college, but not in a way that he's actually like super dedicated to that as a goal.
or
Because
like desperate.
yeah, because he immediately gets a paycheck from a rich person. So it's
Yeah.
like,
I think it's really worth noting that the way that this story is framed and the tropes that it is drawing upon, his dad should be dead. Like that is the narrative language that the story is using, but they make a point of doing the most non-threatening, non-committal version of it. He's working overseas. He's totally fine. He's going to come home on the holidays, except we're never going to see him in this manga.
I mean, if we're being real standard, his mom should be dead. and his dad is working overseas, so he's picking up all the
So,
traditional feminine house role. Because that's the problem. It's like, from the context of this manga, he's picking up the traditional masculine role from his role model of doing the housework and all the cleaning and the cooking.
yeah, it's like talking about like how many characters did we interact with up to the point where it's like honestly not that many because it doesn't linger on a large number of characters. Like you could probably name as many as 10 characters, but it's one of those ones where it's like they're a name and a face and little more until like the main characters like assert themselves basically, which honestly takes about half of our reading to be fair.
Look, we need to set up the female power fantasy where a twink comes over to your house and cooks and cleans for you. Like, I don't.
It's the dream. It is the dream.
Listen, tropes are tools. I'm not even saying any bad. I'm just saying it's really basic and speed running it.
Yes.
And speaking of tropes being tools, our next character that's introduced is the childhood friend. Kanai?
Yep.
The most childhood friend of all of the childhood friends.
Holy, this is
She's
insane.
innocent, she's cute, she's sweet, she's just childhood friend shape.
She is so solidly childhood friend that every interaction Hima has with her just makes me hate Hima. Because there's no like rough edges for the childhood friend to like rub up against to like indicate that, but it's just like, it seems like Tanichi doesn't. The only reason Tanichi would not end up with childhood friend is because she was too perfect. I need someone I can take care of, someone who's
Broken in
broken
some
and
fundamental way.
The part
get
that I
there.
love the most is that every time Kanai appears on screen, main character will scream her name. Either out loud or in his internal monologue. He'll
think
just
just
go,
because he's
Kanai!
He's scared. Ah, can I? I love
Ah, crap,
how,
emotions.
I love how they've been friends since middle school, but he he is afraid to have any form of conversation with this woman.
Yep.
Teenagers.
Well, his whole thing is he says, I don't want to mess it up. I don't want to mess up what we have, but I'm pining for her. So I don't want to mess up what
Teenagers.
we have.
So take a rest.
Yeah. But don't worry,
Ugh.
he's going to play the long, like low and slow game, and it's all going to work out as long as an incredibly attractive makeup influencer doesn't transfer to the school. Oh, shit. This page is stuck together. Let me just. Oh, no.
Oh.
So yes. Himari Yoshino, our president and CEO of a makeup brand and also a high schooler, has transferred to this high school, and immediately every girl in the class freaks the hell out because their Oshi has walked in the door.
Yeah, she is her, and she's walked through the door. I understand. I understand the hype.
She is her queen shit.
Also,
Registering a 9.0 on the mother scale.
Also, attentive readers, I want you to pay attention to the crowd shot. You will notice there are two men sitting by the window. That will be the last time you see male students in the school.
Honestly, I didn't notice them sitting by the window in that shot.
And they are the protagonists of an entirely different manga.
They're the protagonists of like, what is all this rom-com bullshit going on around us?
Honestly, I would read that.
Yep.
Like that would be really funny.
Feels like you could isekai title that novel of like, oh no, I'm stuck as a background male in a harem manga.
I'm a background male in a harem manga, so I get no game, but I get to watch all the cute shit happen.
I'd sign up for that. What? That sounds like a sweet gig.
My class is full of cute girls, but they're all in love with this loser. Who's not me.
That could either be the greatest manga of all time or a cesspit of pain and misery, the likes of which mankind was not meant to comprehend.
Porque no los dos.
Yep, and because literally every adult figure needs to lean on Iamori to get stuff done for them, Big Titty homeroom teacher, who never comes up again in the rest of the manga, is like,
Well,
hey,
how important is a homeroom teacher really?
They do a lot of setup for her to never show up again.
I guess.
I'm sure she shows up in later arcs, probably.
Yeah.
They dedicate several pages to implying that she foists a bunch of administrative responsibilities on Iamori because he can't say no. Like, he's just incapable of it. She goes and puts Himari next to him because, like, you're class representative. You can take care of the new transfer student,
As you do.
as
Mhm.
one does.
And of course, everyone's super jealous and being like, "Oh my gosh, you're so lucky. You're sitting next to her. Oh my god, yes."
She's like so glam. She's so cute. Oh my gosh.
He just doesn't care. He doesn't want to be involved in the shenanigans.
Well, because he doesn't know her. He's like, okay, obviously she's like famous, I guess. Like he doesn't follow makeup brands. Like who?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's sort of funny because like they need to
She has 800,000 followers on Instagram.
well, they have to establish who she is. So there's like this really scene of like other character. I don't even remember if they're background characters or actual characters, but like other characters talking about it, and Imori is just like overhearing the conversation or gets dragged in sideways to it because he has no knowledge or context of this because why would he?
Yeah.
We get a few establishing things here, like Himari is very good at appearing friendly.
They start off with this thing, and like I don't know if my mind just picked up on something that wasn't really much of anything, or if this is like a bit of a like early installment weirdness that got discarded. But like they had this implication that like she's got like CEO mode and Gremlin mode, and that
Mhm.
she'll
Mhm.
swap back and forth between them. Uh, because of the sting at the end of the first chapter, that doesn't really last or go anywhere, but that I thought was kind of an interesting bit where like that's a fun character, someone who's responsible on the one hand when it comes to the things she needs to care about, but it otherwise is just there to cause problems.
There's also a sort of thing where it's like Iamori does take on a lot of traditionally feminine roles, and Himari, despite being CEO of a very, feminine of a brand for a very feminine product, has a bit of like mischievous kind of slightly tomboyish energy.
She's got gremlin energy.
Gremlin
Mhm.
energy, yeah.
I doubt she has ever played a sport.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
I mean, so spoiling a little
What?
or rushing a little ahead, like the time that they're trying to escape from, I guess, friends from their school who might post on social media that they were found together, she says, "That's my entire workout for the week." And I'm like,
Girl, you ran 2 blocks.
she is hilariously out of shape.
Yeah, it's more aesthetic than actually like being one, but you know what I'm getting at.
Mhm. Yeah, they definitely do a weird thing with her in this first chapter where they play up like the CEO part of her putting on an appearance, which they throw away at the end of the chapter because spoiler alert, they find out that Tanichi is her housekeeper, and that's a whole
Because
thing.
of course.
Yeah, because
Yes.
it'd be insane if that wasn't what happened when you set up
Yeah.
that the main character is a housekeeper and the new girl is a rich celebrity with a dust allergy.
Ugh. Yeah, I think
No,
the big
it's
thing.
great because as soon as when we're still introducing his useless family that doesn't matter to the plot, he gets a letter in the mail that has the keys to the next place he's going to clean, and it's this like uber fancy key card for this high-end place in Shinjuku. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that means that the fancy girl is this next client. And then fancy girl showed up and I'm like, okay, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I think kind of the big thing is the way it's setting up the story is that like you have these two people bouncing off of each other, and we're in the guy's perspective, and he's trying to figure out like, is she really the responsible CEO, or is she the little gremlin, like which is the mask, which is the real her. And like that's supposed to be like, that would be assuming you removed the house husband cleaning thing, that would be the structure of the story. Like, it would be him getting to know her and, like, which side of her is the real her or whatever. But the thing is, because his next client happens to be her, because that's the premise set up, it kind of tears the mask off immediately, and you see the zeroth layer, like, right away, so they don't get to really play with this setup that they did.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, in a lot of ways, they do sort of maintain the idea that, like, in the context of just the regular conversations that she has with him in, like, school, like, in public, again, it's very tropey in that you can kind of get the vibe that they play that manga, like, as a smokescreen for what's actually going on, you know what I mean? Because it's so tropey, it is able to establish itself in a way that you don't really have to dedicate a lot of brain power to understand, what the score is.
Yeah.
The big tableau is that he opens the door to the apartment, and suddenly Hima is significantly more relatable to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same.
It's a luxury apartment, and it's just someone who has absolutely no ability to maintain a living space as an adult. But conveniently, she's a high schooler, so she gets some kind of excuse there.
Yeah.
And also, she's rich, so she can hire a cleaner.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, like we see her sink, and it is full of like coffee cups from Starbucks and like takeout containers, and I'm like, just
So she orders
just throw
in.
those out. What?
No, she totally intended to recycle them. 1000% they were going to be recycled. I'm just going to put them in the sink so that I can rinse them out later. And then once they're rinsed out, I'm going to recycle them.
She doesn't even, like, I don't even know if she has, like, in-unit laundry or whatever, but she just has a pile of laundry that's, like, gross and, like, huge.
She does have a unit laundry.
That's even worse, okay? That's even
So
worse.
we get our most consistent characterization, which is Hima spiraling the second anything that threatens her veneer of Genki girl perfection manifests.
So I will point this out. She reacts in such a way to, oh no, someone from my school knows how I live. But like
Yeah,
her actual
that's
concern,
reasonable.
her actual concern is her audience finding out how she lives.
Mhm.
Which any home cleaner would be like the exact same problem.
Yeah.
So it's like just interesting. It's
Well, the thing is, she has the perception that it's going to
Do
woman.
you think he has inherently less adherence to client confidentiality because you're in the same homeroom?
Well, yes, technically, because he's physically in the space where he could spill the secret. She even says later on she expected an adult woman to be doing this, and that person wouldn't be in the school to on purpose or even accidentally say something,
True.
about this. Like, that's like, to some degree, it's the fact that one of her classmates has found out by default because he's one of her classmates. And then on top of that, he has access to tell, again,
Yeah.
either on purposely or accidentally, reveal this to the people that she cares most about finding out.
yeah.
And
I mean, to be fair, that's because the trope is she's the most popular girl in school for arbitrary reasons. This manga has just decided to also make her a CEO of a makeup company and an influencer on top of that trope. Which is why it's like, well, technically you would be upset for a lot of reasons.
yeah, it's
It's
like
not just high school drama. There's actual, like, stakes here, as much
It's
as you
like-
can have stakes in this type of story.
it's like two men can keep a secret if one of them is dead. It's like it doesn't even need to be that extreme. It just means not having the capability of potentially breaking confidence.
I mean, I think we'll keep mentioning this throughout our reading, but like this manga really seems to regret they made her a CEO of the company. Because like
I mean, what do we see her do that's CEO-y other than worry about, like, her brands?
Anytime she needs to be off screen, she's working all day. Ugh, I hate work so much.
I have a
I'm girl
meeting,
boss.
like girl boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea is supposed to be that it again, this is a very tropey thing. The idea is it's supposed to be character depthening of she's not like a typical like she's not a vapid Yarrow. She is a like she's working hard is the intent there, but like she doesn't need it. Like
She
the
doesn't
It's
character
need
also
it.
doesn't
sort of the
need this.
reversal of the romance novel trope of like, I mean, 50 Shades of Grey. It's like, oh, I'm just demure, everyday Jane, and now suddenly this high-powered CEO wants to smack my ass. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that, but in reverse.
Yeah, we're not familiar of zeroing here, although the main character of this does look almost identical to the main character of that.
But yeah, we get a whole chapter of him cleaning the apartment. He blunders into her room at one point and stares at her ass as she's getting changed. Classic.
He's
Shout out.
asked to bring her clothes, or is this is before that?
No,
I
no,
don't-
he's just checking to see like where the cleaning supplies are. And this
Yeah.
is the weirdest interaction possible. He knocks, wait for her to respond, and then like opens the door to ask the question. And her response was to like, ah yes, I will continue getting undressed.
Yeah. He announces his presence, and then he's still being a creep. Okay.
I love specifically that what she asks was, "Did you see my underwear?" And like he's just like barely, and I'm like, yeah, fair, because like what the
Because
hell are you wearing? Like your ass is consuming those.
those they are being lost within the crevice.
Mhm.
It's like I think you need to get a different size.
So it's like, what a weird question to ask too. Like,
that's the concern.
how
Anyway,
much of
I
my
need like
underwear did you see?
Not
anyway,
in.
I need like pine sol and mops and stuff. I don't have any of that. Here's here's $200. Go to the store. Bring me
You
a
think you should have told him all of this before he started? Because, like, what?
She's a hot mess. She doesn't know how to do anything
Oh my,
except perfectly manage a makeup company, but she does that off screen.
oh my god.
Interpersonal relationships are hard.
Yeah, the idea is supposed to be the justification for being a hot mess is because all of her attention is being paid to that, but like because it doesn't show us that, it's an informed character trait. That's where the problem lies. That's why it doesn't feel as justified as it should be.
Also,
I
Mhm.
just
guess.
like it's clear the way she interacts with him, she has like barely any experience managing employees. So I
Mhm.
don't think she's like CEO and like actually doing the job of CEO. I think there is just a brand built around her influencer thing that
Yeah.
she's just kind of I don't think CEO is the correct job title for her,
Mm.
Well,
honestly.
she's
Like she
we've been saying CEO, but the manga says president.
which means CEO. It's just because
Yeah.
of that's how like Japanese companies are managed in a separate way.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
president is like the CEO.
Because a president owns the company as well, as opposed to like being appointed by a board of directors.
Yeah.
That's why we still have vice presidents in America, even though companies are owned differently. But it doesn't matter. This manga doesn't
Yeah.
care.
The manga doesn't care. We get a single scene of her having a conversation with presumably some managerial type, and Iamori sees her in her casual clothes, at which point he's like, "Ah, even without the makeup, you're beautiful." Like this is a fucking Hallmark film
I love
where the mousy librarian takes off her glasses and pulls her hair down once and is suddenly an absolute smoke show.
I also love how her definition of no makeup on still includes a ton of eyeliner. Like,
Eyeliner doesn't
Yeah,
count.
like she doesn't look any different. She just has a different hairstyle and
yeah, it's like no makeup on. I'm like, this bitch is clearly still wearing makeup. Like,
well, the problem is manga face, really.
I mean, like, but like even underneath there's a really good panel in this page. Yeah, like you can see through her glasses. She's got a shit ton of eyeliner on, like eyeliner and mascara. Like there's at least eye makeup, and that has been drawn.
Because that's just
Yeah.
what girls' eyes look like,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
how
You don't
the
want to
female
look like
eye
a
works.
boy and have to do housework.
Yes.
But we do get a character trait that sticks around for a while that I do like, where uh Hima is she has a very hard time directly complimenting Iamori. So after he like makes her dinner and finishes the cleaning of the house, she steals his phone and uses Face ID to open it up and exchange contact information. And then, while they're still in the same room, she texts him saying, "Hey, yeah, the food was really delicious and you did a great job cleaning. Excellent work. Looking forward to more."
Honestly, to some degree, this kind of makes me wish the CEO stuff was less off screen because I could see a situation where like the idea
She
is
talks entirely through emails, yeah.
yeah, like she's able to manage people when she's not looking them in the face. You know,
Yes.
but like that is an inference based off of this scene, not something the manga has directly stated. Like, like that's why I say I kind of wish some of the CEO stuff was actually on panel because that could elaborate on that, and that would be an interesting character trait.
Yeah.
I gotta also say, when he made dinner for her, he made her oyakodon, and I was so nervous that the ant was gonna come in at that moment.
Oh yeah, the ant.
I'm like, oh no.
She's like, "Wait, the aunt that arranged all of this is like, I hired a house cleaning service, not an escort."
No, no. Then the ant would also be into him because the oyakodon would have been like
So
foretelling events
yeah,
to
so
come.
Yeah.
transcendentally
Yes,
good.
yes.
Well, okay, yeah. The sort of funny thing is, as of this point, it just seems like a slice of life series. It's like honestly, it's got romance elements, but it doesn't even really feel like it's not like pushing a love triangle at this point between Hima, childhood friend, and like you can see like that's the direction it's probably going, but it doesn't really focus on that.
For the first half, even like they Kanai is kind of portrayed as the childhood friend who may not actually be into him. And like that's the kind of romance angle is she helps wingman him to talk to her, and then he gets turned down, and then look who's there to pick up the pieces. It's
Yeah,
like, oh
yeah,
god,
yeah,
Hima,
yeah,
why
yeah.
are you so awful?
But no, Kanai is legitimately into him.
Yeah, the manga kind of takes a bit of a turn over time. It's one of those ones like I'll just mention it at this point. It sort of like stealthily slides into being a harem series almost like in such a way that like I didn't see it coming, but as soon as I realized, oh, this is where we're going, I'm like, oh god, it was billboarding it the entire time, wasn't it? I guess I was just hopeful.
Oh yeah, because in the chapter 2, like, or I'm sorry, the chapter 3 like heel turn of Hima to just me not liking her as a character anymore is her demanding that, I guess not demanding because she's paying him, but having him make lunches for her, but
It's
to
like, "Hey,
make the lunch.
you do homemade lunches, right? Yeah? Make me one, okay? Make it look like I did it."
Yeah.
Why? I guess I can steal my little sister's lunchbox.
Yeah, and then she proceeds to eat lunch publicly and tell everyone how good she is at cooking because it's just her hobby and she is good at everything and this is the best food. And it's just like, "Oh, wow, you're kind of awful."
Yeah, it's a choice. Like, I d the two-faced thing of, like, her being, not incredibly abrasive when in private versus when in public she's trying to maintain a public appearance. Like, I can understand why they're trying to go for that.
Mhm.
it just feels really extreme the way it flip-flops.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I didn't really react to this at all because both of the best and the worst part of this manga is that it is so aggressively tropey. It knows that the reader knows what it's going for, so it just kind of speed runs everything. I didn't particularly care about any of the lunchbox stuff because this is just setting up the cooking episode. Like, I knew that
Mhm.
that's what this was doing from the very beginning. Oh no, she's gonna have to cook in public and she'll have to learn on the fly and he's gonna have to teach her how to do it. Like, I knew that that's where it was going because that's what this exists to set up. So it's like it means I don't hate her for how two-faced she's being on the one hand, but also I don't have strong opinions about her positively or negatively because she is kind of just a bundle of tropes like everybody else in the manga.
Fair.
See, but Jacob, counterpoint of that coin is I'm also aware of how tropey this is. And the entire time I see her just lying about not being able to handle this and just being like, I'm just a girl. How am I expected to do housework and be able to cook? I'm too busy being a boss babe. You're gonna have to do all for it for me. But also I'm too proud to admit that I asked for help. So really you're gonna have to suffer silently, but that's okay, because that's what you do for everyone. And also, you've got a childhood friend here who literally is just childhood friendship and has done nothing wrong. But I know because she's not on the damn main cover and her name isn't the couple's name this manga is called, she is going to lose. Just like, you don't deserve to win.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. It's like, okay, I like the dynamic with Kanai, but the
I like
manga's called
Kanai.
Hima-Ten.
Yeah. I like Kanai so much that it made me realize the manga's called Hima-Ten, and I'm like, damn it.
So the thing for me, this is another case where it's like we're kind of in the same space, but the difference is I'm so aggressively ambivalent on everybody. I know that this manga is going to go for 5 billion chapters and that it's never going to end. So yeah, the title says that she's going to lose, but no, she's not, because nobody's going to lose because this manga is going to be a pattern for eternity until it gets canceled.
And then they get married in one chapter.
Yeah, so and like, oh, it's a twist and Kanai was the one he chose, or alternatively, it was the trophy thing you expect. Either one would work because it's not going to go anywhere with either of them. So I your perspective, like I get your perspective, but it's like the reason it didn't affect me the same way is because I hate to say it, I just didn't care enough to pay attention to that.
Speaking of tropey nonsense, they have to go shopping.
Why do I need to come along for this? Because we're going to get the cleaning supplies that you said that you needed. Oh, you're gonna do that for me? That's really nice. Yeah, I should have just freaking ordered this on Amazon, but I
The entire
fell
time, it
asleep.
makes no sense why they didn't just order it online, because they get to the point where they're like, oh, we can have the appliances delivered to the apartment. Oh, that's going to take like a week. Oh, you really should have just ordered online if the shop won't deliver it for a week? Like, what the hell is that?
I
Well,
think she just I literally says she
like
forgot.
yeah, it's probably
all.
it's just because like they're using their proprietary like shipping service as opposed to, Amazon or some other big box
Yeah.
collective shipping service.
Anyway, they talk about how she doesn't own a vacuum cleaner and they're gonna buy a Dyson. And the weirdest conversation at all, main Tanichi has no preference for vacuum cleaner. He just uses whatever his
Which
customers
makes
use.
sense. Like he doesn't have his own kit yet. He's just kind of like doing. So, did we ever cover the fact that these clients of his are his mom's friends?
We
Yeah,
did
but
not say that.
We didn't mention that, but here's the problem with that. He has multiple times pulled out his own stuff that he has like given like he's named them.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those ones where it shouldn't matter but like if you're analyzing it, if you're reading it closely, it falls apart immediately. It's very similar to the whole Kanai should win, but like the title says she won't sort of thing, where it's like you're not really
Yeah, 'cause
supposed to be
sex
paying
against
attention
her.
to that.
Yeah, the entire time in the vacuum cleaner aisle just screamed to me, the mangaka doesn't know the difference between vacuum cleaners. Like,
It's not important.
yeah. So they end up buying a
I-
cheap one so they can have money for the most expensive rice cooker you've ever seen in your entire life.
Hey, hello, it's cast iron. I don't care. That's amazing.
We're
You're a
gonna
luxury
s-
brand. You're a luxury
Because
brand
you know how many
CEO.
different
Why
things you
can't
can
you
make in
afford the
it?
top of the line for both?
we're gonna seal the Demon King Piccolo in that rice cooker.
It can steal human souls. That's how
Oh.
amazing this rice cooker is.
Yep. So anyway,
Also, he's got a special green light to like check for dust.
yeah, and the fact that he just gave that to her to keep, and I'm like, oh, so we also find out he doesn't get paid until the end of the month for an entire month of cleaning, which is insane. Just an insane way to run your business, my man. But
Yeah.
regardless, they're buying the rice cooker because Hima is just a failure at everything and also a boss babe, but she work hard, so she deserve a coffee. Let's go get a coffee. And
We're
then
going to Sturberks.
Sturberks. There's also a whole thing where she goes into a makeup store so she can watch people buy her product, which I think the manga thinks is endearing, but I had already left the boat for her, so this kind of seems self-indulgent to me. But the important thing you'll have to remember is at the beginning of this chapter, Kanai mentioned that she had a part-time job. Hey, guess what's going to happen at the Starbucks?
The only thing
Oh,
that could possibly happen in this kind of manga.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a hot minute where I expected that Kanai had also taken up a job as a house cleaner and had gotten also hired by his aunt as like a secondary cleaner for the apartment.
So it's like, well, it turns out she's just started dating the first house cleaner. So I'm gonna need a woman. My niece wouldn't date a woman. Oh no.
Oh no.
Matt, don't suggest things that would make me enjoy this more.
But yes, Hanako is in fact working at a Starbucks, and this is really one of the moments that first had me going, "You goddamn stupid kids! Holy!"
It is the scene of all time.
Because Iamori full on has like a several pages long breakdown of like, is it okay if I go back? It is a coffee shop.
Well,
You
see,
can
here's
go back for the coffee. I know you're going back for the girl, but you also see her at school.
She's also so fucking happy with the entire time interacting with you when you order from her. Like,
Oh. Well, honestly, the thing that bugs me about this whole scene is that they have to do the awkward, oh no, he tries to warn her, but it doesn't work. The excuse that they use of him forgetting to hit send on the text.
Mm-hmm.
That actually pissed me off because
Why?
this man would not forget to hit send. I would fully believe that Hima would not read the text.
Exactly!
because Hima can't be wrong. She's a boss babe who never does nothing wrong. She's
And then she
just a
skibbity
girl.
hops over to the counter like, "Hey, Imamori, thanks for ordering my coffee. My personal executive assistant, who's also my house cleaner. Oh, Hanukkah!"
It's a little worse than that. When she picks the coffee up for him, there's like strong like sexual tension they constantly have going between them that's the other thing. The manga really does set up that there's like a tension between them, like a romantic tension that is just palpable to all who witness it. And poor
Yeah.
Kadai is able to just visualize that Nen energy as the oppressive force it is.
Yeah, no, honestly, okay, I can't help but script doctor, especially going along with the stuff that Matt has mentioned about how frankly frustrating Hamari is as a character, you can lean into that. And honestly, I think having her screw up and like it be her own fault that this frankly unimportant, reveal happens is because, she was, not paying attention or whatever. Like it it is a very transparent example of we don't want we don't want Hamari to be wrong in this case. We want to like balance the scales as it were. But you don't have to do that because like she's kind of simultaneously the protagonist and the villain of the story, like even as it is. So like it draws attention to the idea of that to be balanced when it isn't. And then
But
the rest of the scene is just some nothing teenage drama.
it's amazing. They set up this drama and it's resolved almost immediately because Kanai has absolutely no edge to her, which if you wanted to set up like Hima as the female insert of like I want a twink to come over and cook and clean for me while I'm just a hot mess and don't, can't have anything together. Like give perfect girl antagonist some edge to like
React to it.
dislike.
Yeah.
Oh, but
We
they
can't have any bad vibes.
yeah. But they get out all right. They get on the street. A gust of wind upskirts Hima, and also she loses her like designer hat, making her immediately apparent to her fans that she's out with a boy, and that might be a date. So we need to run.
Yeah, this is where we
Run.
get the it was 2 blocks. That's my exercise for the week.
And we get
Also,
the
oh no, I spilled coffee on my sleeve. Ah, well, my lady, let me, knight in shining armor,
My
kneel
lady.
before you to
No.
scrub out this
I was about
stain.
to let me get into a proposing stance to look at your wrist. Like
Dude, stop tipping your fedora, okay? You have been nominally likable up to this point for as much of a
Whoa.
blank slate as you
Nominally
are.
likable, this man has 2 women after him.
yeah. I was about to say this is the most like Hima is the like audience insert possible of like, oh my, he's so tall and he's kneeling down to my height and ooh, he's
Mhm.
grabbing my
Getting rid of
hand and he's
stains
gonna
is
suck the
part of
coffee
my
out of my
job.
clothes.
Yep.
Wait, what's that last part?
That
I
took a sudden
legitimately
turn.
expected him to do something like that.
Oh, and they try and give Hima her like, ah yes, I'm actually a very good person moment where she's just like, yeah, it would have been really bad for you if they found out we were dating. That would have like made you a celebrity too, and I can't do that to someone else. And I'm
Wait,
like,
are we dating? Shut up.
yeah, Hima does just assume that.
They've been out on several dates, okay? Like, let's be so for real. They're going out and getting appliances, that's date material.
And because Kanai can't have anything, we see her in the break room at work looking at the like custom come again please Imori with a cute little doodle of him that she was going to put on his cup and then clearly second guessed herself. And then all she wanted to do was sit next to him, but that's what Hima's doing right now. And it's just like, oh, you poor girl. You poor girl. Anyway, the cooking chapter happens.
This is so aggressively exactly what you think it is.
This is
Eat for
by
me.
the books to the point they skip over the resolution with Hima. Like her feeding the food to someone happens off.
The funny thing is, to some degree, I feel like this chapter actually, because it's so heavily in her perspective, and Imori is actually most of the time he spends with her is off panel. He spends more time with Kanai. I don't know. I guess that's also part of the reason why I wasn't so like immediately like because like obviously poor Kanai, but like I didn't that didn't hit me as hard, I guess, because it almost kind of does feel like it's tropey and therefore predictable. Like, it's like it's not even a twist to like no, the title character doesn't get the boy in the end. I get more of the manga is expecting Imori and Kanai to be together than and like Hima has to like accept that is like part of her character arc.
Oh, so speaking of generic nonsense, we go into chapter 7 where we find out that the main guy and childhood friend have a underclassman who is, holy shit, is she a bundle of energy and tropes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, there were not one, but at least three different instances where I thought about, how much trouble would I get if I said I wanted to punt the character?
Not a lot. She is a goblin creature.
She's some nonsense, and I'm not here for it. She basically exists so that passive childhood friend can continue not having any edge, and both her and main guy are too nice. So we need little, like, underclassman gremlin to go, hey, 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 I can't go to the stand-up comedies festival with you. Do you want to go in my place? I'll sell you my
D-
ticket half price.
Hey, Hanako, do you want to go with the boy that you like? The boy that you really, really like? The one that you like so much that you were so excited when you found out that you were going to be class reps together in this new school year? You know, you like him so much, even though he's in earshot right now. And oh, yeah, he's in earshot. I didn't mean any of that.
the little goblin creatures literally just cannot id.
I mean, basically, it's essentially just like, hey, hey, I'm the underclassman, and I call you both mom and dad.
So that means you're going to get married, right? Uh, so, yeah, we get more of the most. I know people who like slow burn. I'm not one of them.
Well, there's a difference between slow burn and the fire went out and we're just looking at the embers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the latter is a lot more common.
Hanako full on has to go to Hima to be like, yeah, I really did want to go with him since the opportunity presented itself. Then why didn't you ask him? Because that would be conflict. He's pathologically incapable of saying no.
Ugh.
All right,
S-
putting that aside, which we really shouldn't because it is kind of fucked up. But have you ever considered asking him what he wants?
No, that I never considered that once in my entire life. Same girl, but we got to get on the man's level right now.
Uh, so the sort of interesting thing here, this is one of those ones where it's like I thought a lot more about like the entire context of this complete nonsense scene a lot more later on when what this manga really is more so comes to the forefront. But boy, harem protagonists have really changed over time, haven't they? Because the sort of interesting thing is, on the one hand, like him being so unwilling to say no or like have any kind of conflict or bad vibes at all, like that's actually a personality trait. He's not literally a cardboard cutout of a character you were meant to literally project yourself onto, but he still needs to be basic enough that you can project yourself onto him at some level. It
Mhm.
it's interesting how these types of protagonists, and a lot of romantic stuff will do this. Like if you're supposed to like see yourself in the main character, whether it's a harem series or not. But like it's one of those ones where it's like having a character that has a fully realized three-dimensional personality and can react to the story in a way that feels natural. Like this is better than what came before, but it's still bad. And if you're gonna try to do these kinds of stories, it doesn't take much to have a character that like is a full character. I don't know. It's one of those like damning with faint praise moments where it's like there's a part of me that actually likes the idea that like she is being, it's like he he would have immediately said yes regardless of what he really wanted in that moment. So it's like she is actually like being respectful of not pressuring him on the one hand, but on the other hand, the fact that that even is a conflict, like the fact that that even is a point in the first place is kind of indicative of a problem of greater romantic protagonist issues altogether.
Yeah, the one thing I will say I really didn't like about this chapter is how it frames the two relationships that are going on here with Kanai and Tanichi and Hima. And they play her up like she's just like this wingman. She's helping her friend, like helping her friends find love, essentially, because she wants to be friends with both of them.
Mhm.
But then the entire relationship between Kanai and Tanichi, there's a whole bunch of word bubbles that like are explaining how they each have feelings for each other, and they're all talking through these emotions constantly. And then like after they're all talking about how it would be cool to go to stand up and maybe that would be fine and we could do that. And then we cut to just a very quiet scene where Hima fixes Tanichi's hair and they're just together. And I'm like, God damn it, there's so much like the panel is bleeding romantic tension. And I'm like,
Mhm.
God damn it. Like the art is saying a completely different thing than the words are saying. And I'm like,
It's
that's not a
it
good sign.
it's got all the shoujo sparkle bubbles around it when
Mhm.
she's doing his hair.
Yeah. And also, she is so overprepared for this date when Kanai shows up. She's like dressed in a really nice sweater and the whole thing. And hell, man, Tanichi comes in an untucked dress shirt and black pants. Like, what the what is
Yeah,
that nonsense?
he does not have any drip right now. Meanwhile, Kanai actually, she's got like a nice first date outfit going.
Well,
Oh.
if I would, you know what, I am okay. So I am going to be generous to this manga. Just note that this is me reading generously. This is not like a hot take I would defend, so to say. There is something to be said about the idea that uh uh Imori and Kanai like are more they're more aware of their own feelings. They even if they can't verbalize it out loud, they think it out loud. Like they think it very loudly in their own internal logs. And like that is a very direct connection between the two of them, and showing that Hima like deals with like like her feelings and her relationship with others in a demonstrably different way by having the scene be like literally quiet, by like not even having any thought bubbles. There is something that you could do with that, like as a deliberate element of contrast, if you wanted to have a bit more of a romantic drama here. The problem is I know they're not going to go anywhere with it. Like that this is the beginning and the end of that idea, is this chapter. So that's you know
Mhm.
it keeps the manga keeps flirting with the idea of actually doing something, but the nature of a lot of these slice of life stories is to allergically avoid any kind of meaningful conflict.
Mm,
This is here for the vibes, and frankly, it's at the detriment of the characters in the story.
yeah. Well, luckily, they're about to go on their Kanai and Tanichi are about to go on their date. So let's take a break here, and we can come back to Hima entering her full-on villain phase. Because holy shit!
Yeah.
Ugh, but yeah, we'll be right back.
And welcome back to the show, folks, where last we left our characters, there was a date happening.
They're going on the most teenage date conceivable.
Standard rom-com stuff.
The fact they're going to a stand-up comedy show is actually the most unique thing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a lesser series, this would just be a movie date.
indeed.
Maybe even a comedy movie date.
Ooh, yes.
I do love how the sheer lack of communication. They meet up, and Hanako's just like, "Yeah, I was happy to meet up with you now, but we're like 2.5 hours early for the comedy show. Why did you want to meet up at 2 o'clock?" But the little gremlin said that the show is at 2:30. Oh no, she did this to force us to hang out together for 2 hours uninterrupted.
Neither of them are
Yeah.
that smart.
Yeah, neither of them are that smart.
Especially when she keeps going like, "Hey, Tanichi, you're so tall. You're like really tall.
You're like really tall.
Mm.
Hey, look how much smaller my hand is than yours." Except no,
Wow.
she doesn't have that directive game. Like I don't I don't know what's going on here.
Wow,
Yeah.
your part-time job is being a house cleaner. That's actually like so attractive because that shows how responsible you are, and it explains why your lunches that you bring into school every day are so good.
I mean, not as good as Hima's. Hima makes amazing lunches. And I'm
Yeah.
like, God damn that bitch.
No, no, no. I like that. Because he's getting double complimented, he like really happy about it. Like, yeah, the whole thing here is to uh it's to develop the personalities of the characters. Stand-up comedy is a, sort of a niche thing, so Kanai liking it is, like this is a thing that differentiates generic romance like female lead number 8,751,000,000. And then I will say it is quite efficient using the type of comedy and her reactions to it to like further establish her personality. It's just, again, I kind of know that this isn't gonna go anywhere, so
Also, if we're gonna be honest, like what it's establishing about her personality is she is a kind person who is maybe a little childish. And like, okay, cool. Like,
we
oh
did.
no,
It's not like we didn't already know that.
she's childhood friend shaped. Like I don't.
She sure is.
Anyway, we then get maybe the greatest villain arc from Hima for me. Um as the date is ending, neither of them has the nerve to go like, "Hey, maybe we should go get dinner afterwards." And I'm like, "It seemed like you ate at the cafe, but hey, up to you to prolong the spending time with each other." And like it's framed in such a way that there is a gap of time between them separating and him getting the text from Hima. But unfortunately, what it looks like is they're considering like, hey, maybe if I ran after her, we could go and continue the date. And he gets a text from Hima that's essentially like, I'm sick. I didn't do anything all day. I need someone to come take care of me. And I'm like, Hima, not everything's about you.
So, in all honesty, I don't. This whole bit pissed me off, but not even at Hima specifically. I got mad at the mangaka because you couldn't just make Hima be be a villain. You had to create separation between the two characters who were on a date, and you had to have her phrase everything in such a way that was she's not asking him to come over. She doesn't even seem to be.
She's not asking him to come over, but she's saying how like, so sick. I haven't got out of bed. I haven't eaten. I'm so
Except
pathetic.
for she has to be so aggressively unaware of his personality for that not to immediately draw him like a magnet. It's like, okay, she's sick. She's not actually being a bit like you're being so transparent about hiding what's really happening here that you're drawing attention to how shitty this is.
Like,
Like,
what you have to remember is, hey, what was the last time we saw Hima in this manga? Oh, was it exactly the conversation where Kanai was saying, if you give like Tanichi anything, he will self-sacrifice and drop everything to be a good person because that's who he is. So you got to be careful about that. And what she does is like, I'm sick. I know you were on a date, but I'm sick. And like the problem is,
Shit.
I don't think the manga has the balls to even let her be that negative selfish. I
yes,
think
that's what pisses me off about it. Exactly.
that would at least be interesting if she was just like, yeah, I don't like it that you're spending time with her, so I'm sick. Like that would at
See,
least be something.
Because
see, I,
because
I
what the
have
manga is doing, 100% what the manga is doing is it's using the excuse that because she's sick, she's not thinking clearly, so she's not making the connection that her saying stay awake is going to draw him to her. But like the alternative is a better use of your characters. It's better story. It's more interesting. And you are being so transparent about making her play spoiler on this date, but not actually have her be responsible for it, that it's making it more obvious that she's just home wrecking. It makes her look worse.
See, I half expected, and maybe I'm being too generous here, but I half expected her when she called him to be like, hey, so roughly the show should be over now. Yeah. So you should be going to dinner with her now, right? No, we parted ways. You pussy, go find her. I half expected that, but unfortunately, I was expecting too much.
No,
Well,
yeah, because
honestly,
that's a trope I would have liked better, was like the person who wingmans so hard, then realized she caught feelings while wingmanning. Like, that's interesting. This
that's
is
exactly
just
what I was gonna say. Where like, because it's like there is tension between her and Imori, but like it doesn't it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, like it should go anywhere. This is such like a teenage conflict, and you could have her like go through a whole character arc of like, like getting vindictive, starting to like make excuses to play spoiler, and like then realize that she's becoming the villain in their story. Like that would be really cool. But no, we can't have anyone be for their actions, because they're all soft and nice. Even the girl boss has to be soft and nice.
Instead, we get a chapter where the entire time I'm just feeling so bad for Kanai, who's just like, I just
Right?
went on a cute date with my boyfriend. Hey, I wonder what he's up to right now. Cut to Tanichi ruffling through Hima's underwear drawer because she
Ooh.
locked herself naked in the bathroom.
I hate it
Which,
when it happens.
here's the other thing. He was cooking on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't she just put a fucking towel around and go get her own damn clothes? They're on separate levels of the building. There is nothing here that, like,
Because then there's not an option for her to subconsciously indulge in the idea of the scandal.
the problem is she would if she had that level of like edge to her, that would be interesting. This is just, oh no, I'm such an innocent girl and I'm just accidentally getting this guy to take care of me. I'm just a girl.
I'm
Oh,
just a girl. You don't understand. I'm just a
oh
girl.
no,
Are you also Southern?
I'm nudie. Oh no, I'm naked, and
Oh
now
no, I'm buck ass naked. By the way, did I mention I'm from the country? That doesn't come up until later, but it's supposed to be implied to have been there the entire time.
Honestly,
And
no,
al-
we can't have that either, because that would
and also we're going to use this as an excuse to have so many shots of her ass in the shower.
don't want to talk about that.
As you do. But like the the moral of this whole like interaction too is him like having a conversation where he like made her food and he's taking care of her and they're sitting side by side in bed and she's just like, well, since you're my housekeeper and I am sick, like I'm okay with you doing my laundry. And he has to be like, I don't think I'm able to do that in a professional setting. And like the whole thing is there is like he finds her like sexually attractive is the hang up there, and that's the big reveal, that he is like he is into her physically. And I'm like, okay, cool. That this isn't good for Kanai. Like, like man, neither of these characters are morally at fault for the shit they're doing to Kanai, but like one of them should be, and that'd be a more interesting story.
Yeah, yeah, honestly, it's the really frustrating thing is having a character and like have it be messy. That's where the interesting part of the story lives. Like, you know, make it challenging, make it tough, make them have to like make choices that they're, have them do shitty things to each other and have to like deal with the consequences of the feelings they hurt. I'm gonna mention this a bit more later, like when we're doing the wrap up, but like the moment to moment interactions with the characters are charming. Like I nominally enjoyed my time with the characters just bouncing off of each other, but the problem is everything is such nothing burger. There's no conflict. It's so allergic to conflict because it's all about, like, it's so aggressively about the chill, no stakes vibes to facilitate these, like, these fluffy scenes. I don't get what the hook is at this point. I to some degree that kind of goes back to, like, her being a CEO thing. You could have her have conflicts associated with the responsibility that she has to carry, playing into the idea that she can manage people through email, but she can't manage them in person. Like, that's a character arc, but we can't have that, but because we can't have edges or conflict on any of these characters.
Or have her be like, "Oh no, I'm catching feelings for this guy, but he's my employee." Like,
Mhm.
That's a power imbalance.
Yep. Anyway, speaking of nothing burgers, holy shit, the next chapter.
This
It
chapter
doesn't exist.
legitimately pissed me off.
We can keep talking about it, but I will summarize this chapter in like 2 sentences. Hima decides she wants to give Tanichi a paycheck for the first month he's been working, so she puts all the money in cash in an envelope. She's then too nervous to give him the envelope and then almost doesn't pay her employee. Meanwhile, Tanichi thinks he's about to be fired. At the end of the day, he is paid and there is actually no conflict.
It's great. The
I'm gonna be-
misunderstanding is so cute. The tension. Oh my gosh. I noticed you guys seemed very tense. Is everything okay?
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I was laughing the entire time.
It's a
I
fucking
think
parody of a rom-com storyline. Like, what the hell is this chapter?
I love that all
It's
4 of us had
such-
wildly different experiences.
It's
with
such
this
nothing.
complete
It's
nonsense.
such nothing. It's so painful.
I thought it was cute.
No.
I thought it
Jay
was
and I's difference of
hilarious.
opinion on whether or not something is a nothing waste of my time or this was cute is well documented in You and I Are Polar Opposites.
Listen, a nothing waste of time can also be cute. They're not mutually exclusive. It was also very funny.
It just shows some people are just more patient with consuming media.
I don't think that's what it
Well,
shows, but
the-
okay.
Well,
This-
I'm running out of patience, so I think we need another girl in this harem.
Yeah,
Not even a
let's
harem
rip-
yet. That's the thing.
Yeah, let's rip the Band-Aid off and reveal what's been the entire time. Yeah, so hey, Imori, make sure you leave, like, you do the cleaning thing, make dinner for 2 and leave on time because I'm gonna have a guest introduce I love how, like, it is a small panel in the corner of the page and you can just see from the hairstyle, oh, this is the character. This is the character we're introducing now.
Mhm.
So anyway, there's a blonde with big boobs, who's also very nice to old ladies, but also maybe a little ditzy. It's just like, ooh. And then Tanichi sees, ooh, lost little puppy dog. Well, I guess I'll sacrifice everything I'm doing to make sure she's okay.
Well, she's the stereotypical like country bumpkin who wants to make it in the big city trope.
What does she want to make it in the big city, Jay? What is her occupation she wishes to excel in?
Well, she is an not aspiring. She is an up and coming pinup model.
Oh,
Indeed.
well, she must be an older woman then, right? Because clearly she's designed as if she's like a college age person, right?
No, she's Hima's Kohai.
She just likes to take advantage of her ample assets, and you guys are holding her back. Your prehistoric morality and beauty. I'm sorry.
I really appreciate this girl who gives out signed pinups of herself to people who she helped out.
Yeah.
Listen, as squicked out as I am
Whoa.
about
I have
why
not heard
is
that in a while.
why is a 15-year-old a pinup model, I do have to appreciate the gumption of being like, yeah, I've got huge boobs. I'm gonna profit off it.
Well, yeah, the brazen. Okay, so, like, the big thing is the brazenness of the character is great, and there is a level of gosh, boy, this is this whole manga in a nutshell, isn't it? Like, it acknowledges this is weird and kind of uncomfortable, but we're just gonna go with it, and we're not gonna, linger on any of the details because that would get in the way of the vibes.
I love how supportive everyone is of her career choice to be, I want to be the #1 pinup girl in Japan. It's like
Well,
if
actually,
you had a friend who's just like, hey, I started an OnlyFans. You mind supporting me on my way to the top? And it's just like, well, I guess.
well, honestly, it's even worse than that because they can't even have her want to be a pinup girl specifically. She's using that as a stepping stone for like being in other magazines because you can't even have that much of a this is the best character in the manga, and even she can't have that much of a risque element to her story.
Considering she just signed a picture of her boobs to give to someone. Yeah. Oh, I do love the scene where she's on the phone with Hima and being like, "Hey, yeah, no, I had a little trouble at the train station, but hey, this cute guy helped me out, and man, he's just such a kind-hearted soul. Didn't think you could find that in the city. Really, 100% my type, man. You got quite a selection of men here in Tokyo." And she's just like, "Oh well, yeah, I'm glad things are working out for you." It's just like, "Hey, tell me all about this guy." And then she just walks in. It's like, also, don't go to my apartment early. Too late. I'm already in there. Also, I'm just going to turn on video chat for a second. Hey, you know that guy I said was super hot? He's cleaning your apartment.
It's so funny.
I did appreciate that. That was great.
Oh.
Also, she says this directly in front of him, and he then proceeds to act as if he didn't hear her talking.
I thought
But,
he was vacuuming, so he didn't hear her, maybe.
oh, that is plausible deniability. You're right.
Yeah, well, no, I think it is plausible deniability. It just stands there blue screening. This pond is too still and tepid and boring. Let me just yeet a rock into it.
Yes.
I just like her as an outside observer walking through and getting like waited on hand and foot by
It's like,
Tanichi in
wait,
here.
you have this extremely handsome and competent twink who's taking care of your apartment and cooking you meals? Do you have a husband? No.
I mean, basically.
And then she
No,
indulges
shut
in the
up.
fantasy of having that husband, and she's like, "Oh my,
Oh my.
I might like being in the city."
Damn,
He
my
even
heart's
makes
going
dinner.
Ooh. Hey, Hima, does he ever get your heart racing? Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh.
That's why I have to be completely cut off from that. Also, I don't understand why they share a bed. Like,
Because
What do
why
you mean?
Girl
wouldn't they?
things.
What do
I
you
don't know.
mean? Like, sometimes maybe it's just me, but like sometimes when you're staying over at your friend's house and it's just like the two of you, or she's like staying over for just a night, you don't have a guest room. Like, yeah.
there's no reason Hima shouldn't have a guy. Like,
We don't know. It doesn't really matter. She has a nice
It
apartment. We don't know if it has multiple bedrooms,
it
okay?
facilitates that scene coda is the reason why they're sleeping in the same, and definitely no other reasons.
You perverts.
I do love how she's just like talking to Hima and just being like, "Hey, your heart ever skip a beat?" It's like, "Sometimes." "Oh, that's really cool information. Oh, by the way, I'm really into him." "What?" "Good night."
Hunk stew, hunk stew, hunk stew.
Oh.
Oh. I mean, then unfortunately we get a real nothing burger of.
What if study group? It'd be really cute if Iamori and uh and Hanako had a cute study session together.
Imori pretends to be bad at school so that he can study with Hanako and
That's the
little
crazy thing. It's
And
framed
Goblin
like
Child.
that's the crazy thing. It's framed like he's pretending to be bad, but in his internal monologue he also seems genuinely struggling. It's like the manga can't even decide if he's actually like
Is he a D
is he
student
doing this to
or
spend time with Kanai, or is it even more nothing?
I think it's
can
framed in
get
such a way that he was just studying for the midterms like a normal amount, and he's just like, "Oh, huh, I wonder how you do this." And would like he would have gotten it on his own in like the hour he was going to dedicate to studying, but study group all day with the girl I like, I don't need it, but yeah, I
But
need
let's
it.
go.
Oh.
And then the little gremlin chaperone comes and it's like, I'm going to be there too, but I'm not going to be allowed to talk. Are mommy and daddy going to make out?
Oh.
What?
See, that
Are
would have
mommy
been
and daddy
more
going to make out?
interesting.
Mommy and daddy gonna make out.
Yeah, are mommy and daddy going to make out?
We should have read Spy X Family instead.
We should have.
Well, we're almost done with this nonsense, so
Yeah.
Yay!
There's a bit in here where Hima feels jealous for not being able to go to the study group because she's got to work because she's a CEO.
Yeah, she stares byronically out her office window at the sunset and is just like, so what happens if Iamori really does love Hanako?
Oh my god, I
What'll I
forgot
do?
that line is in this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
boy, I sure wish that
We
the
even get
manga
the
would explore
confession,
that
not
idea.
confession. Just like
Boy, if that would be really exciting if I had any expectations of this manga exploring that line any further than it already has.
freaking
Oh, no.
Tenchi's just like, hey, Hanako, why do you worry about me all the time? I mean, you work yourself to death. No, I mean seriously, why? I mean, if our positions were swapped and I needed help and you could help, you'd help me, right? Yeah. Well, I feel the same way about you, she said in the brightest shoujo panel ever, as if this was a confession of intimate loving feelings. Not a single I love you was exchanged or any like I like you, none of that shit.
This is
Just like,
Japan. We don't do that. What?
We
but
also can't have this manga run 300 plus chapters if people just say, if any more than one character just say the quiet part out loud.
I'm
We
just
are allowed
saying.
to have one character.
I'm just saying, like that's what the buildup of like having the confession, like it's a thing. You can't
I
just like.
know, but like this was a confession. This is having the cake and eating it too of a confession.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
have the confession if you're not going to have the confession. Like, don't give me a fake confession.
Yeah, this is tropes are tools, but they can be misused. This is indulging in tropes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
it doesn't-
mean, yeah, and like the one takeaway from that confession is Tanichi realizing she might like him back and it might not all be in his head, which man, like what the hell?
It's took you this long?
I don't know. So he goes to his male friend for advice because we remember his male friend exists.
Yep. Conveniently, he never eats lunch with them or
Yeah.
hangs out in the hall with them. But
unless it's plot relevant.
Yep.
yes, of
Yep.
course.
He also doesn't help his friend at all. He just immediately shoves the problem off onto Hima and then leaves. Like he just walks up and is like, hey, Tanichi's really into Kanai. So it's like, I'm gonna dip, have fun with whatever this is. And then Hima's just like, oh, so you like Kanai? Well, I'm just gonna be a good friend and help you with some romantic advice. So you liked her since middle school. That's cool. Hey, I know we're talking about your problems. I'm going to talk about me for a bit. I used to be an Uggo in middle school. Here's a
Then I
picture of
got-
me looking almost identical to Kanai.
It's just a
Then-
bit of same face syndrome.
Yeah, and then we get Tanichi just looking at that going like, actually, that picture is kind of cute. Almost like she looks identical to Kanai. Like her advice is, I really don't even quite know what her advice is, but it works for him for some reason.
It's just like anybody can shine with a little bit of polish. You are a cosmetic CEO, so I
See,
can only
here-
assume you mean the polish is your cosmetic. No, see, I'm trying to appear deep and not superficial.
It's supposed to be a metaphor, even though there's a really, really unflattering way you can read that. No, the reason it's shallow, I mean, I've made the joke a couple of times, but the reason it's shallow is because if anything of substance happens here, then the status quo has to change. And it doesn't want to do that.
We get the amazing line from Hima going like, "Don't worry, I'll cheer you two on. Although if you two get together, you're going to have to quit being my house cleaner." And I'm like, well, hold on. That
Wait.
implies you're aware of these feelings to a degree that I don't think you as a character are. So why would he need to quit being your house cleaner?
Because
Yeah, I
obviously
don't
they're just
know.
gonna make out and bang while he's supposed to be working on her house. Obviously, gross.
That's
Well, no,
clearly
he's
'cause-
he's such a competent cleaner. He'd be able to wash the stains out of her sheets afterwards.
She's concerned she'd never know.
See, I already gave you that green light to find dust. Now I'm gonna give you this black light to.
Wait, no, I don't clean with a black light. Oh God, why is everything white?
Again, that would be interesting.
This would also be a way raunchier manga. if that was the case.
Are my classmates banging in my apartment while I'm at my meeting? Who knows?
I'm a
The
big
new-
boss. I'm a girl
the
boss
new
CEO.
slice of life manga.
I'm a girl boss CEO, but sometimes my childhood friend and classmate bang in my apartment while I'm at my meetings. We'd read it on the podcast. You know we would.
Yeah.
Honestly, we'd probably review it more favorably than this.
Yeah. So anyway, that chapter ends with blonde pinup girl showing up, and you all know where this is
Kana.
going.
Yeah, it's Kana and Kanai to make matters worse.
Yeah. It's okay. They're not Hima, and they're not in the title, so they don't matter.
Yeah, gosh, it takes an entire last chapter of our reading to go through the incredibly laborious process of explaining that the newest character who has turned this from a ostensive love triangle into a harem is going to be at the school to facilitate more shenanigans. Wow.
Yeah,
This-
it looks like we get internal monologues from Hima that indicate she is well aware of her feelings for Tanichi at this point. And I think that's interesting because she wasn't aware of them like 2 chapters ago, so that happened off screen for us. Like, it's weird. I don't.
Well, again, it's one of those ones where if I wanted to be generous, I could argue like that's a level of she doesn't like think through like she doesn't have a like out loud internal monologue most of the time, and it's like owing to elements of her character. But again, it's not going to go there. It's doing it this way because it lets it sit in a holding pattern for as long as possible is the actual reason.
Yeah. And also to make Kanai suffer is the only thing I can think. Because holy shit, she meets Kana and Hima, and they go out for drinks, and they're all just drinking under a pavilion at the park. Except Kanai has to go to her shift at Starbucks, so she's got to leave the man she wants to be her boyfriend with these 2 models.
Yep.
Like, it's like, oh God, my girl, no.
Poor thing.
And then, unfortunately, we've also got Kana there, who's also like, hey, why didn't you mention you had a girlfriend when we were just hanging out playing husband and wife in Hima's apartment?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Oh, rad. Meanwhile, Hima's just like, wait, what the fuck was that husband and wife that you were doing in my apartment? Wait, hold on. What? This is basically all 3 girls just coming to the realization they're in a love triangle, and Kana being like, oh, by the way, I'm moving to Tokyo.
The most interesting like narrative development of the entire manga is a single panel of Hima doing the mental math of figuring out how the love polygon works. And it is more interesting than everything else that the manga has done or ever will do.
Yep. Really, that's just a great series of panels for any like love triangle. Just reuse that ad infinitum. I want that to be a new meme template.
But yeah, thus brings us to the end of our reading. So, as always, favorite character and favorite arc. Didn't have a ton of arcs. This is slice of life. This is a consistent problem here. But I think Matt and I are going to agree on this front. My favorite character is Kanai, and oh god, I am so sorry, girl. This poor thing. She's too sweet and demure and friend-shaped to realize that she needs to get off the pot when it comes to backing her man.
What a terrible, terrible metaphor for that. I apologize if I've offended any of our German listeners.
You say this almost every episode now.
What is it? Never mind.
The Berliners know.
Anyway, and as far as a favorite arc, such as it is, I found a decent amount of candy, like cotton candy enjoyment out of the slice of life bit between the intro and the introduction of Kana. But yeah, Matt, how about you?
So I am going to disagree with your assessment because I would have agreed with you that Kanai was my favorite. But holy shit, does Kana just coming in and be like, no, I'm not playing by these rules. the doubling down on, not only am I going to beat out childhood friend, I'm going to beat out Hima. And at this point, I have fully internalized Hima is the villain of this, that I'm like, good, finally, someone's fighting a back against this villainous. As long as Hima loses, I'm happy, so Kana can win. And then favorite arc, I think I am gonna have a tie between everything that isn't the paycheck.
Fair. Jay, how about you?
So this is hard because I like all of the characters. I can't really pin to a one singular character that I like above all others.
What's his male friend's name?
Okay, not excluding him, obviously. Because he only has like what 2 lines in the entire reading. Like
I
whatever.
don't think he even has a name.
I guess if I had to, I would say Tanichi. Because why not? He's perfection.
Who doesn't like a twink that cooks for you and cleans her house?
Perfection. I understand. I'm just saying, I understand.
Holy shit.
What? Is this revolutionary for anyone?
No, did anyone else hear Jay peak her mic on that? Your mic
Speak
could
your
not
truth,
contain
Jay.
your excitement over the twink.
It's fine, Jay. Speak your truth.
Speak your truth.
Yeah. It is my truth. Everyone knows that.
You do love that bartender anime.
Yeah, you're the one who told me about it, and I just like devoured it. It was like, yes, this is what women want. Yes.
The big boss women who want to come home and have their twink husbands make them a cocktail.
Yes!
Also, their bartender husbands don't drink. They just like making cocktails for their wives.
Perfection.
Yep. Yeah. And Jacob.
So I want to say Hima is my favorite, but only insofar as the shadows of what she could be, and I know she will not be, so
I don't think she could pull off being blonde, Jacob. I don't.
Listen, you. If Hima was more of a villain and was like allowed to be bad, then she would be a really interesting sort of villain protagonist, I guess, in a sense. But the manga's never going to have her actually do anything like inexcusable or wrong or even really that bad. So honestly, Kana is just so freaking funny. It's kind of hard not to say Kana. And then favorite arc. Yay, the universe is in alignment because I get to disagree with Matt on something. My favorite arc was the paycheck because that was so funny. I laughed every panel. Oh, it was so stupid.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was really bad. No, Jacob, Sam and I will agree. That was terrible.
It was really stupid.
It's really stupid, and I feel dumber for having read it.
Yeah. So, would you continue reading? I feel like this is firmly in a no, just because I feel like my teeth would rot from all the cotton candy. How about you, Jake?
I usually don't like slice of life stories for all the reasons we've stated. Like, here's the thing. I enjoyed the moment to moment reading. I was very harsh in the analysis because you sit down and analyze this sort of thing, it's all too easy to rip apart. And I just prefer stories with more meat on their bones, quite frankly. There was a part of me that was sort of curious about if it would go anywhere, but my rational brain knows it won't. So, no.
All right.
Um, you know what? I like cotton candy, so I'll take it. I
All right. Fair enough.
Fair. This is good cotton candy.
And Matt.
Yeah, I think I'm in the no camp. I mean, this isn't as bad as like other sugary sweet rom-coms we've read that I've just been like nothing is happening. Because like this manga tricks you into thinking things are happening is the problem. Like I felt things for the characters in here, and they weren't just like generic little sugar pops. But like I really don't like Hima. And I don't think that's on purpose. I think there's just something intrinsically in me that when she ruined the date to go, "I'm sick, come take care of me," immediately after having the conversation with Kanai that says, "Don't do that to him. He will self-sacrifice and help you." And if the manga had just made that on purpose, I would have a completely different opinion of it. But no, it's she's so innocent. And I'm just like, I don't. No, being ignorant of your like shittiness doesn't make you less shitty. Like
Mm.
bad Hima,
Mhm.
bad. No, go pretend to be a CEO and have no idea how to people. Those are I don't know. I don't know why I'm complaining about Richie Rich level plots of like, yes, I'm also a CEO of a mining company. I bought 7 mining companies at breakfast. I also don't know how to clean. Rosie, get in here. That's the maid from the Jetsons. I don't remember what Richie Rich's maid is because I was born at a time that I don't know where I'm going with this.
So, thank you everybody once again for tuning into the Over Manga Cast. As always, you can find us on all your social medias where we are at Over Manga Cast.
You can also find us on YouTube where you can like, subscribe. We also have overmangacast.com. There's a comment section there. Tell us what you think of the series. Give us suggestions on what you'd like to see us read in the future. Love hearing from you.
And as always, we appreciate reviews in any and all forums. Go out to us, reach out, feedback. We love it. And give us more series to read because man, this was definitely not something we would normally read, but it was fun to talk about. Speaking of
was.
things that aren't normally things we'd read, I say as we've read, I believe, this exact synopsis for manga twice before. Hey Sam, what are we reading next time?
Next time, we're going to be reading Under Doctor, chapters 1 through 14. So if you're keeping up with the show, be sure to read that, and we'll see you all in 2 Thursdays. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Hey guys, so just to be clear, we're reading the manga Under Doctor because I'm finding this other thing listed. It appears to be a Grey's Anatomy fanfic.
No, not that one. We don't.
No.
You sure? It's got a lot of chapters and a lot of people are upvoting it. Oh, there's fan art. Let me just. Oh my god!
No,